So look, 2-0 defeat against Valur today. How do you rate your performance and the team's performance?
I mean, it's difficult to say that we had a great performance today. Of course, the result says something. There were some poor mistakes that we made throughout the game, which cost us, and of course they were then able to kind of counter-attack on that. Of course, it's very early on. We're still getting used. We brought in new players, some young players as well. So it's just getting used to the whole team in general. So I thought today it was okay.
Your own performance, are you unhappy?
It's 50-50. Of course, there were some good things that I done, but at the same time, there was a big chance that I missed at the end. I knew I should have scored, and 9 times out of 10, I would put that ball in the back of the net. So you have them days where, of course, you miss them. So it was a bit unfortunate, but altogether, I'd say it was an okay performance.
How do you rate the first few weeks in KR?
No, it's been amazing. The boys have welcomed me very, very well. So, I mean, the coaches as well. Runa's been a big help throughout the first few weeks, always talking to me. Of course, when you're going to a club as big as KR, you go in, it's a bit nervous. So I had Runa talking to me the whole time, telling me just to let the boys know how I play, my style of way, and then obviously getting to know how they play as well. So it's been good for the first few weeks.
But just playing in Iceland, you've seen the last month, the crazy weather here. You never thought about just going back to England?
I've thought about it. Trust me, I've thought about it. And to be fair, the winter hasn't been too bad. Or I say it hasn't been too bad. This winter's been very, very bad. Whereas the last winter, it was okay, it was doable. So of course, going back home would be the best, but having the opportunity of playing at a high level here, and of course looking to go further on and going abroad, and it's all good playing in the UK, but as a English player, it's not very common coming abroad to get these opportunities. So it's just trying to show people that if the opportunity isn't there in the UK, you can come and play elsewhere.
Looking back, you came to Tindastóll, I think, in the 3rd division. Then you went to Vestri in the 1st division, and then Grótta. Now you're in the top division. How do you rate the last few years and the way that you got here?
That's a good question. Of course, it says something. The story, going from, of course, like you said, the 3rd division, making your way to the top. And of course you had your ups and downs, or I had my ups and downs throughout all the clubs. But a really big help was Grossa and Chris, and I've got to give all the credit to, or not all the credit, but most of the credit to them, because they helped me a lot. Very professional, and I know that down there that they're going to do very good things this year, and I can see them getting promoted. So all of it goes to them. The help that they put in, the work they put in to help me do my individuals. They put countless hours in, so it all goes down to them.
Already last summer, during the season, you were rumored that there were rumors that there were interest from both KR and Stjarnan. Were you ever close to going there last summer?
Yeah, I can't lie. I was. When a club like that comes in for you, of course, a player like me wants to play as high as I possibly can. So when that offer came in, of course I wanted to go. And I said to Chris, look, I do want to take this opportunity. And even if it didn't happen, I said to them, it's nothing to do with the club. So if I stay there until the end of the season, I said, nothing changes from my part of the side. I said, I still look at the boys the same when I was there. Of course, I was a little bit gutted that it didn't go through. But at the same time is, one door closes, another one opens, and now I've come here, and I think overall it was the right decision, and I am very, very grateful for that they did hold me down and let me finish off the season to then come here.
Yeah, the days, the weeks, the months leading to this transfer, it was rumored I think in December that the transfer was really close, but how come it took such a long time?
I think it was just getting the right contract. I think that's what it was. Of course, Grotta itself, money-wise, it isn't the biggest. Opportunity-wise, it is, I have to say, one of the biggest in the country, opportunity-wise. But money-wise, it wasn't. So I think it was. Of course, I'm not going to say it's all about the money, but at the same time, it is a little bit. When you're doing this full time, you got to be able to live, and I think it was just getting down that last bit. So that's why the contract took quite a while.
What are your hopes for the coming season?
I think first of all, winning the league. I think KR, the history itself, they're used to winning, and they're always winning. And of course, the last few years they haven't been able to hit the jackpot. So I'm hoping that this year everything will get back to how it should be as a club, winning things, but then also starting. Of course, coming from the second division, you have to prove a point and get the coach's trust, and I think that's what I've got so far, and that's why I've been able to play quite a few minutes. So it's just continuing having good performances and just getting the coach's trust to be like, right, you can start, and then just have a great season.
Which do you prefer, the right flank or the left flank?
I'd have to say the right. And the reason, and I'll put this towards Chris. Chris and the guys at Grotta, they know my strengths, and they kept drilling into my head on the outside, constantly. And I think as a right footer on the right wing, going on the outside, beating the players rather than cutting in is my strength. So I have to say right. But of course I am a player that likes to cut in a lot. So you got to mix up sometimes, but I'd say right.
Maybe a tough competition then with Atli Sigurjónsson in the coming season on the right.
It'll be a healthy competition. But I'm happy playing on the right or the left. And of course I see all the quality that the boys have in there, so it's not going to be easy. But it'll be a healthy competition, and I'm hoping that I can at least put them to their works as well as them doing it to me.
Last question, will you miss playing with Kjartan Kári?
Yeah. The connection that we had throughout the season, you could see it was something else. And of course I'm very, very happy, and he got what he deserved, making that move to Norway. But at the same time I've now got to focus on here, finding the connection with the boys like I did with Kjartan, and I think so far it's going well. So yeah.
Just thank you, Luke, and good luck this season.
Thank you.